Where's Wayne?
Over to you, Nozintombi.
Well, thank you so much, Nompu. As you can see, the visuals that we're seeing behind us is of the sting operation that has been conducted by the Johannesburg Metro Police along with other law enforcement. And we do know, Nompu, that right now there are two suspects that have been arrested. In a short while, we'll just be speaking to Wayne Minnaar from JMPD. But just to ask my camera colleague, Sibunga Dani, to just come a little closer so you can see the one suspect that's just been arrested. I'm holding a piece of paper here that demonstrates the fake permits that have been given out to the informal traders. And as we can see, one of the suspects right behind me is one of the suspects that have been arrested. And as the camera person, my camera colleague Swoom Ngadani is showing you those visuals, I'm just going to have a quick conversation with Wayne Minnaar from JMPD. Wayne, thank you so much for speaking to me. Wayne, I understand you've arrested at least two suspects in the sting operation.
Yes, we've received information that these suspects were making fake permits and then selling it to the traders at 300 Rand each. We have then been able to get into this property now, and where we've been able to get the kind of documents, and we also see that there's also a medical certificate which has been made, and it's a fake document. And therefore these two suspects will be charged.
So you can see right behind you, Wayne, there is a suspect right there that has just been arrested. What charges will he be arrested on?
Well, look, definitely it's going to be fraud, as well as for contravening of the COVID-19 regulation in terms of the permits which have been made and which under fraudulent circumstances, because it's fake. The names as well as the individuals who authorized is fake, and that is a serious problem in terms of the COVID-19 regulations, with the kind of problems that we are facing, because these kind of permits are being sold to anyone on the street who wants a permit, and then they can use it whenever and where they want to use it, but it's fake.
Why is it so important that you clamp down on these illegal traders?
It's important for us to be able to stop this kind of illegal activity. Firstly, because it's fraud, and secondly, to be able to support the plans and programs of government, because what we're seeing here is totally contrary to what we're trying to achieve, and that is to have a minimal amount of people in a small space. Here we have people buying these permits at any amount at any time, and they are then the traders are using these permits falsely.
Let's just leave it there for now. Nompu, I'm also going to bring in Ntatisi from the city of Johannesburg. Ntatisi, we can see the visuals of the police taking out their items, and we can see here that this permit has got the name of the local councillor here.
Yes.
What does this bust mean to informal traders who've been paying 300 Rands illegally to get these permits?
No, just to clarify, the person that came here a few minutes earlier paid 400 Rand for a permit. So it means that he charges 400 Rand, or he charges whatever you have. And what we've seen when we open the system now, we've seen that it's not only for informal trading. It does permits for moving around, moving from province to province, and so forth. So that defeats the whole regulations of the national lockdown principles. So we are worried about this, and we don't know how big is the extent. And the officers are busy questioning him now, because what we've done, we've got the serial numbers of the money that we used to pay, so as part of the sting. So we want to compare, because they're searching him now just to get those notes, and then we compare those notes. Once they confirm, he's going to be arrested.
So if you can just come towards my side over here while we allow my camera colleague to go in and just show us what is happening inside there, and we can just talk to it. As you can see, there are two JMPD officers there. They've got a suspect inside. Tatisi, just talk to us about what's happening here right now with these particular permits.
What is happening now is that the officers are searching the entire premises. They're searching the computer itself just to make sure that these documents were produced from this machine. And then they're going to search the suspect. Another officer is not visible here, but is just around the corner. He's busy searching the suspect just to get the notes that were used to pay and buy this permit. And then once we compare those serial numbers, we can be able to confirm the arrest.
Tatisi, off air we had a conversation about how dangerous it is to have these syndicates or these businesses operating. Why is it so important for the city to clamp down on these type of businesses, illegal businesses?
No, it's a constitutional duty for the city to be able to provide a safe environment for its citizens. So when the regulations were announced, they were not announced to deprive anyone. They were announced to protect each and every citizen of this country. So as a city, we have to play our role to make sure that we curb these incidents. Imagine if thousands or millions of these things are produced and everybody is on the road and claiming to have to be essential service workers. Then we're defeating the whole purpose of the national lockdown and the regulations as stipulated.
And obviously this must be a stern warning. In Tatisi, let's just move out of the way to allow the police officers to move out. As you can see, one of the JMPD officers is holding the money that was used in the sting operation. The three Metro Police officers are leaving outside now to further question the suspect. You'll see the suspect is being led outside right now, and he doesn't seem to be complying. But as you can see, that they are trying to remove the suspect out. It is a bit of a media scrum, as you can see here. It is something of a media scrum. They have to make sure that the suspect is taken out in a safe manner. As you can see what is happening, the two suspects.
This other suspect is for contravening the national lockdown regulation because he's not supposed to be here. He's supposed to be at home. This place is not supposed to be functioning. It's not supposed to be operating. He came here to claiming that he's going to fix his CV or something. So he's not supposed to be here. That's why he's arrested. Thank you.
Given money here, that you see, this money is the money that was used as part of the sting operation, while the JMPD here is trying to make sure that the suspect is kept there. The visuals that you are seeing continuously here is the second suspect refusing to be arrested. And Tatisi here, who is talking to me from the city of Johannesburg, is holding the banknotes and is holding the notes that were fraudulently used to give people permits. As you can see, the JMPD are busy trying to make sure that both suspects are arrested and this particular operation has been shut down. And in Tatisi, you're saying it's so important that these particular operations are shut down. Why is it important for the city?
It's very important because we have to protect people's lives. We have to make sure that we abide by the regulations. We have to make sure that only essential services function and not everybody, because if we don't do that, it defeats the whole objective.
Let us continue walking as the suspects are being pulled out. Our camera person, Nsbu Nadani, will be following us as we walk out towards where the Metro Police as well as the police will be arresting these gentlemen. And Tatisi here just explaining to us why it's so important for the officials, authorities to ensure that they arrest these suspects. And as you can see here in Protea Glen, the suspects themselves are being arrested. And we're just going to keep walking a little bit further just to show you the suspects themselves that are being arrested. As you can see, the suspect is arrested there. The suspect is being put over there by the police officer. Tatisi, tell us more about this money that you're holding here.
I'm trying to retrieve the pictures that we took before with the serial numbers of these notes.
So you're looking for the serial numbers of the notes. We're going to try and run a little bit further just to get to where the suspect is being held. We're just trying to get to where the suspect is being arrested. And as you can see, the two suspects that have been arrested are being put here in the police van. And as you can hear, the JMPD officers are trying to ensure.
Inspector, this I can confirm. This is a note.
And as you can see,
This is a
two
note that we
suspects.
used for the sting operation.
Tatisi
We
is
took
showing
the
us the
pictures,
notes.
we took the serial numbers of the notes, and then when we searched him, the notes were with him, and then we're comparing if they all the same number. Yeah.
You're talking about the 100 Rand notes that you've got at this moment.
Yes.
And you said in Tatisi that the suspect paid 400 rands for this particular permit.
Yes. Yes.
So you've apprehended the suspect that bought the permit.
This can be
as well
confirmed.
as-
It's a note.
So how many notes have you confirmed so far, Tatisi? Is that 2 notes?
3.
So that's 300 rands of the notes.
300 Rand here.
And you'll see just now the third suspect is coming in this moment.
MC.
He's believed to be.
And as in Tatisi is busy here confirming the final note, there is a third suspect that is also being loaded in the JMPD van. He's been sanitized. He's been sanitized, and he's been handcuffed by the Metro Police officers. And he's being put into the JMPD van now. That's 3 suspects. 2 suspects are sitting in the back of the van. And Tatisi from the city of Johannesburg was giving us more information about why the notes are so important.
Crime and corruption.
Tatisi, just tell us about why the notes are so important to have a trace of the 300 Rand notes that were used in this sting operation.
The worrying factor here and the worrying issue here is that the name of a local councillor is being used fraudulently here, Councillor Sithole, to say he's the one that is issuing this thing. That's fraud, because if you use another person's name to produce an illegal document, that's fraud on its own. So it's very important that we also protect the image of the local councillor, so that the local councillor people can be able to confide with him and tell him. So the local councillor has been here. He's here. He's working with us, and he's been showing us this. Syndicates that are
Just to interrupt you there, the local councillor is here himself, Mr. Mokoena. Mr. Mokoena, when did you first find out, Mr. Mokoena, about the syndicate that was using your name?
I'm Councillor Sithole.
Yes, Councillor Sithole, when did you find out that the syndicate?
Out this thing on Thursday. In fact, I was arrested for 4 hours, but I proved myself that I did not issue any permit. And then, fortunately enough, people called me and told me that there is a internet cafe locally that is issuing this thing for spaza shops and people who are selling on the streets.
Councillor Sithole, if you could just move to the side so that my camera colleague could just go a bit closer, just to have a look at the suspect and what's happening inside there with the suspect. And once you got information about the internet cafe that was fraudulently using this information, what did you then do? What was your next step?
My next step was that I had to give the information to the JMPD officers. And then we planned for yesterday, of which we couldn't make it yesterday. And then we said today we will come and execute. And then I'm very much happy because my name now has been cleared. That this person has been using my name on something that I don't know. Yes. But immediately after that, I sent information to the speaker, which is my boss in council.
Councillor Sithole, while we're still speaking to you, we just want to show the visuals of this JMPD bus that is about to take off now. So, Councillor Sithole, immediately after, if you can move towards me, immediately after you found out, you spoke to the speaker and?
Yeah, and then the speaker said to me, okay, fine, do your work with the JMPT officers, and then we'll see what will happen. This is what happened now. I must follow them to police station because I also made a statement. So if you still want to interview more, even the guy who's arrested, the second person, is the person that we are working with, Tulane Ndlovu.
All right, thank you so much, Councillor Sithole. As you can see, some of the people here from the community. Hi, how are you? Do you find out what happened here? What's happening about this, the fake use of
No, I don't know. I was just watching the news now. But I realized that I was here 5 minutes ago. Then I came running just to come and see what's happening.
Did you have any idea that this was happening right underneath your nose?
Yeah, because I just saw that on TV. That's why I came running just to come and check.
Do you know any of the people that live there?
No, I know that guy who's only working down the internet cafe. Yes, but
He's always been a suspicious character.
no. I'm surprised. I'm so surprised.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We're speaking to some of the locals here who have seen what has transpired, some of them watching on TV and leaving their homes to try and find out what has been happening. It seems as though this gentleman, one of the three suspects that were arrested, is known for running this internet cafe. But how deep his deception is an issue that it seems the community was not yet aware of. And as it stands, Nompu, 3 suspects arrested. One, the owner of the internet cafe that was selling fake permits, not just to informal traders, but for people who needed to move out of Gauteng province to different provinces. And as we saw earlier with the visuals earlier today, the JMPD in a sting operation along with other police officers making sure that their sting operation came to fruition and that the banknotes that were used in this particular sting operation were traced to this particular operation at this internet cafe here in Soweto in Protea Glen. Nompu.
Thanks very much, Nozintombi, for that very extensive report. Eastern Cape Health